The reigning Scottish Cup champions are back. We go into season 8 looking very different how we finished last season. Lots of player movement. We've sold some players, we've brought players in. Let's see how this season goes. Welcome to Beyond Blue Brazil. Welcome in. We're going to run down the new players we got on the team. We're going to go over who left, why they left. That's the crux of this episode, but we also have our first game of the season, and it won't be in the Premier Sports Cup because we're in Europe this year. That's right. Because we won the Scottish Cup, because we finished 5th, we were going to be in Europe. When you're in Europe, you don't play the early rounds of the Premier Sports Cup, the group stage, so we go straight into the second round. We're going to do that draw as well, but our opening game of the season will be against Dundee. At the end of last season, we were given 1.75 million to spend, and we've gone and spent that money. We do have a little bit left, but I think we've got decent value for our money. We started quickly. Now, I'll quickly go over one of the players we did sign the middle or toward the end of last season on a pre-contract. We'll cover him. So Paul Byrne comes in. He can play full back positions, basically left back and right back. Young lad, small, but like strong mentals. Technicals aren't there. He's only 19 though. He's going to be effectively a backup player, but I expect him to get games for us as the season wears on. Always been a position, as you might have seen from my management in previous seasons, when that position isn't playing well, we often make that sub because it's so important to how we play with the Brazilian box. Your full-backs give you all the width your team needs. So expect to see him get minutes. Good that he's very strong right-footed. We will be working on his left foot. Let's cover the big man as well. Lincoln Iago becomes a permanent signing and a player that we are basically week by week checking to see if we can offer him a new contract because I do not like his release clause at all. It is way too little. Currently not willing to talk to us. That's a problem. Martin Ham comes in from Bolton. We paid 92k for him. Passing 15, vision 17. I'm converting him to the DLP role. Now, normally we play DLP defend, so his tackling is not where it needs to be. But with that ability to sling that ball about, he could be very good for us. So we're going to play him on that left-hand side. We're working him as a DM right now. He is getting better. We actually kept Joe Chalmers, so Joe Chalmers is going to sort of like mentor him a little bit. Alex Iakoviti, I've had him in previous FMs. He's a decent centre-back. We brought him in because we wanted someone who was willing to sort of play that backup role and then slot in when needed. So he can also play out at left-back, which is helpful. More of a defensive left-back, admittedly, but I think he'll be an okay signing. Low wage. It's not a huge risk. I don't expect to see him playing that much, but given that we are in Europe, we are going to have to rotate the side a bit. So he comes in. I think he's a good option. Pelagie Bola comes in from Hibs. He's a attacking fullback. Better crossing than what we had. Good physicals. Decent mentals. 28 years old. 6'2". Adds a bit of physicality to the team. I think he's good. He was out on loan at Livingston, but we signed him from Hibs for 30k. It's a measly amount of money. He's not our first choice left back, but he is basically fighting for it right now. Now, obviously, fullbacks are still so important. We still haven't landed on a fullback on either side, we would say, that we're completely sold on being like first choice non-stop. So at least it gives us an option. He does have reasonable right foot as well. That might see him deployed at right back in very tough situations, but just gives us a bit more versatility. And pre-season wise, he's been pretty good. This is an exciting young player. We bought him for 165k. Waldson comes in, Brazilian, 19 years old. Physicals are great. Technicals are decent. We're going to deploy him mainly in that centre mid position. I'm kind of rotating him between the centre midfield attack and the box-to-box midfielder. Because he's 19, he's got time to develop. I think he's pretty good. I've liked what I've seen so far pre-season. His mentals do need to improve, but he's got a great work rate, great technique. I think as a box-to-box midfielder, he could prove very valuable. We did manage to land August Allgreen. It looked like St Johnstone, they were in for him as well, but we land him after a successful season on loan to us last season. He comes in as our permanent player. He is going to be our first choice box-to-box midfielder. We've seen what he's able to do. That goal in the Scottish Cup final is still fresh in my mind. Now, coaches think he's inconsistent. Obviously, we want to try and work on that, but he managed to help us get 5th and win a Scottish Cup last season, so pretty good for a 20-year-old, and we've gone from being quite limited in midfield to that's where we've got the most players now, so we do have options there, but he's a very good option at that. Pedrinho, and not the Pedrinho we had last season. He's still around. Welcome to Pedrinho 2. Pedrinho 2 is actually a left winger / wing back, and he will play that role for us. He'll play fullback attack, good crossing, defensively not super sound. He won't be doing much defending. Acceleration and pace, good mentals. I think he will torture teams in Scotland. 25 years old, but still a decent pickup. I think he can improve, and I think he can show his worth. I'd like to see a lot of assists coming from the wingers this season. So, yeah, he comes in, and I'm very happy to have him on board. I said we needed a striker. You'd think I'd spend all the money to get one. Well, I didn't. But we did pick up Kreisen on a free transfer. So he's a winger. We're going to play him as a deep line forward. Maybe even a trequartista. But effectively, his finishing composure is not what we're focusing on. His flair, passing, technique, vision. He could be very good for us. He could be solid. He might move. He could move Harper out of the way. I'm not sure if he will, but we've picked him up on a free transfer. We're very happy to have him on board. 31 years old, not the youngest player, absolutely. But to be honest, striker's still a weird position for us. If we have a quick look at our squad overall, up top we've still got Stephen Ross. I want something to click for Stephen Ross, because last season he was our top goal scorer, and he did very well. Well, no he didn't. Stephen Ross is an interesting one because of his pace. I expect him to be able to get goals. Jack Harper started coming good toward the end of the season, really delivered. The fans love him. He's very consistent, but injuries and his actual quality is a bit lacking. Gustavo Lobo started banging in the goals last season, but another player who really hit and miss with form. I mean, that's the problem with our strikers in general. We don't have a striker that we look at and go, right, he's the guy. He's going to get us the goals. So a lot of that's going to still continue to come from midfield. As you'll notice, we have now got 6 Brazilian players in the first team, which I think is pretty cool. Really giving that whole blue Brazil theme to the save. If I'm looking for a player left with our money, which is, we are overspending wage. Oh boy. It would be a striker. I think we have to move this. I'd like to be under our wage. There we go. So we got 240k left in the transfer budget. Not much going on wage budget. I think we are trying to move on. Is there anyone else we've got to move on? I kind of wanted to get rid of Owen Moffat. We got rid of Craig Sibbald, 37k, thank you very much, and his wages. But yeah, if we could move on Owen Moffat, that'd be pretty good. We've ramped up coaches, staff, scouting, all that's improved, all of it. Physios, it's all been improved. A big part of our off-season was dealing with that. Try and get rid of Owen Moffat. He is listed, no one's really interested. I don't think he's got a future here. Yeah, up top is very interesting. It's a bit of a conundrum. I think our team's better than it was last year. We won a Scottish Cup, we came 5th in the league. That's all gravy. But we could really do with that guy that we're like, he will score. We're lacking that guy. We asked for a senior affiliate, it got cancelled. We're just being really unlucky, to be honest. Joe Chalmers sticks around, and it's mainly because of his set pieces. Now, we do have other options for taking set pieces, but no one as good as 15 free kicks. So, late in a game, expect him to come on and try and make something happen. We got a draw for the Premier Sports Cup. I forgot to do it. I've accidentally clicked continue. We've drawn Dundee United away. I feel pretty comfortable with that. I think that's a winnable game. Would be nice to go a bit further in that cup for once. We actually don't have our draw yet for the Euro Cup, so that'll be exciting when that comes. But all we have to do is get through the playoff, and I think we make the group stage. Now, it's a lot to put on his shoulders, but I think... Yeah, see, Scott Martin. I'm going to warn Martin about losing the captaincy, so he's happy with that. We're actually going to stick it on Martin Ham, and the reasoning is, not only is his stats pretty good, 12 and 14. Perry's going to be our captain going this season, 14 and 14, but I've got big, high hopes for Martin Ham as our DLP, and the majority of the games he will start there. Dane Murray, injury, 2 weeks. Great start to the season. Now, obviously we play Dundee first. We'd love to start with a win. This team's still sort of finding their footing, trying to work out whether we can really what we can get out of this team sort of together. I do want another striker, but at the same time I wonder if we can get away with Lobo and Stephen Ross rotating like last season. Toward the end, it worked well. Dundee start off favourites. Not unexpected. They are the home team, so kind of expecting that how it's going to continue this season until we sort of get a footing into the league. I haven't checked the media preview, actually. What do they think of the reigning Scottish Cup champions? Wow, 10th. Sorry, joint 11th. I think we're better than that. I think we're much better than that. That has surprised me. I think we did well last season, absolutely, probably ahead of where we expected to be, but 10th seems awful low. Oh, come on. I'm glad we brought in so many left backs, because that's Pedrinho out for 4 to 5 weeks. That is killer. Injuries are starting to pile up now. We're fully set with medical staff. No, we're not. No, we are not. We need more physios. Right before our first game, we've actually got to pick our team for Europe. This scares me. We have not brought anyone through at the club. We don't have many club homegrown players. This is going to hurt. I still think the squad's relatively small, so maybe that'll help us. If we just go down from the top and just pick who we expect now. We don't have to pick those who are going to miss it. So Pedrinho doesn't have to be picked, for instance. Pick any homegrown we can as well. I mean, we might... Are we going to be okay? Just by sheer... See, that would be too much, but he is injured, so we won't pick Pedrinho. I mean, that is literally it, lads. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, someone's going to be upset. I'm going to drop Dane, and the reasoning is the injury, and I hope he understands. So Dane, Murray and Pedrinho don't get registered, and it's because of that injury. I need to get rid of Owen Moffat. Oh, did I pick Owen Moffat there? I could have left him out. That was stupid. That was really stupid. Board only wants to avoid relegation this season. That is fine by me. Be competitive in the Premier Sports Cup. That's fine by me. Reach 5th round of the Scottish Cup. I mean, we won it last year. Come on, boys. And be competitive in the Euro Cup. That would be great. Oh, we spent our pre-season playing how we want to play this season. I'm not going to change it now, so I'll set up the team and then we'll cover how we've lined up. We spent all pre-season trying to get links built, and we go in the first game and it doesn't look great. Starting from the back, Keenan Bates continues in goal. He's still on loan for Middlesbrough. Bola comes in at wing-back attack. We've got Perry as wing-back attack on the right-hand side still. He's our captain. He continues to be the best right-back we've probably had there. Iago and Kamara in the middle now. They don't have a good positive link. That's surprising. I feel like they should. Ham comes in as the DLP defend alongside Scott Martin, who would not have been playing there if it wasn't for Dane Murray's injury. August Algreen's the box-to-box midfielder. Pedrinho alongside him. We're going to go with Gustavo Lobo and Harper up top. And the thinking behind that is they kind of play well together. We've seen them link up before, and Lobo's our best finisher. Stephen Ross on the bench, as is Milo, Alex, Kryzan, Luca, Paul Byrne, and Kieran Slicker. Now, we cover just about all eventualities there. It's a pretty good bench, I would say. Joe Chalmers. Oh, got to have Joe Chalmers on the bench. I'm going to take Milo out, and the thinking is if we need a left back, we go to either Joe Chalmers or even Paul Byrne. That's what I'm going with. We're going to be positive in this game. It's Dundee. Obviously, our aspirations, because we're in Europe and stuff, the league is still very important to us. We want to be at the right end of it. Dundee is a team we should be beating home and away, I think. Kryzan comes in, he's going to get given the number 20. He hasn't been with the club long. We literally just got him maybe a week or two ago. I think he's maybe played a little bit with the team as he was in on as a trialist very briefly. Make a difference, make a difference, make a bloody difference. I just want to get off to a good start this year. Like, put points on the board, set ourselves apart from the chasing pack. I'd be happy to sit 5th or 6th all season and just be there at the end of it. If we have a good cup run, we do well in Europe, I'm happy to be just below the chasing pack. It's probably asking a little too much for us to be anything more than that. Wow. Keenan Bates with a big save, as Dundee came forward really well there after we lost the ball. Now, we are playing in red. That always throws me. I get that we're playing in red because we don't need two teams playing in blue, but it did throw me completely at the start there. 20 minutes in, we haven't really seen much from ourselves, so up the tempo and we maybe go a bit more balanced. But with up the tempo, good tackle by Perry. Turns it back, finds Martin. Martin into Ham. Let's see what he can do. Now, that's the kind of ball we expect from Ham from deep. Now, he goes up to Lobo. Not really Lobo's game, trying to flick that on or anything like that. But I like the intent. He was looking forward. He was looking up the pitch. He was trying to make something happen. Pedrinho on the corner lifts this in. Kamara heads it over. The keeper's flapping. Just had to get that on target, and sadly we didn't. We've had the majority of shots, only one on target, which is not good for ourselves. We'll encourage. Now, we've given away a free kick. This is a dangerous position as Hibs take a 1-0 lead over Celtic. Hunt straight to Bates, and he drops to his knees and has to palm it away. It was coming at him with some serious force. Ronan now crosses it. Oh, Sweeney heads it just over. Oh, that was interesting. Right, well. Not the best halves from ourselves. Ola not particularly impressing, and Lobo hasn't really done much either. I'm going to say I don't like what I saw. We're going to send them out there and we're going to be quick to make a change here. Now, Bola seems to pick up, but Gustavo Lobo, I think we just take off. Oh, he's playing a little bit better now. Now Harper's not playing. No, I think we swap them. Is this a free kick for us? Let's see what we do here. Ham standing over it. I'd like to see us go top corner from the youngster. Oh, he's gone far side. It had some serious swing on it, but we will take on Stephen Ross and we'll leave Harper on for now. See what we can do. Everyone else is playing particularly quite well. I'm gonna go back up to positive. Let's make this. Let's make them work for it. I think what we'll do is we'll take on Kryzan. So Harper's coming off. He takes it down, finds Perry. Perry's going to try and whip this across. Oh, drives it across. It is whipped away by the Dundee defender. Iago now. Pops it back out to Perry. Perry whips it. Ross tries to head it. I mean, McMullen comes forward now. We've got to make sure that we surround these boys. Do not let them burst forward. It looks like a bit of a tussle there. It looked like Dundee blocked our defender's path, to be honest. Jones now out on the left-hand side. We have to be smart here. Reynolds knocks it down right on the volley. That is disgusting. What are we doing? Where's our defense? It all starts. We're all over them once again, and it just changes in the blink of an eye. They have done nothing at home, and suddenly We don't deal with this. Reynolds being able to knock it down, and right, it's not even a particularly good strike. Beats Keenan Bates. Very poor. We're going to have to attack. Be more expressive. Why are we on hit early crosses? Maybe that is that a remnants from last season that we particularly don't need. We have to think about that going forward, but we're looking a bit ropey. I'm going to take on Joe Chalmers. We need those set pieces now. Come on, lads. Give us something till the end, before the end of this match. Oxborough are going to knock it out. It does go to Jones. It's poor by Perry. I know our wing-backs are mainly attacking, but you've got to be able to make that tackle there. Dundee are going to get the 1-0 win over us here by the looks of it. And again, it's a very poor defensive header. Bristow from deep. Reynolds flicks it. Keenan Bates makes an arse of that. He really should have had that plucked out of the sky. Can we salvage anything? It looks very unlikely. I'm not enjoying the start to this season already. We've got Euro Cup games coming up, and we can't beat Dundee. I really did panic. At the start of this season, I knew we didn't have the strikers we needed. And in the very first game, we created chances. We can create. We absolutely can't finish. Rangers and Celtic lost, as did we, so as did Aberdeen. Silver lining, really poor. Oh boy. Harper, how can Harper be on a goal drought again? 10 hours, how's that possible from when he finished last season? Really poor. Really, really poor. I don't like that at all. I really don't like it. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do striker-wise. It was a bit alarming having to change them all out there and not managing to score. I'm hoping that is not how our season's going to go. We play Queen of the South next at home. We will return just after that for the Dundee United game and our first Euro Cup playoff game, first leg. We'll see who that's going to be, but I'm guessing the draw isn't anytime soon. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be. So, thank you for watching. If you are new to the series, feel free to go back, hit that subscribe button. Likes and comments really help me out, help out the algorithm, help bring the video to more viewers. So, I do appreciate it. Who do you think's going to be the standout player this year, and who do you think's going to let us down? Because right now, I could name any one of those strikers to let us down, and I'd probably be right. I'm a little worried by that display. It was Dundee, and we lost. Join me next time as we once again go beyond Blue Brazil.